So, one of your online accounts has been hacked for the very first time. It's distressing, especially if you have real-world money linked to that account. But if you follow these simple steps, you'll stop the hacker regaining access easily and make it harder for anyone else to hack your account in the future. Step 1. Change your password. It sounds simple. Too simple, doesn't it? But in the majority of cases, a hacker has somehow gotten hold of your password and used it to access your account. Changing your password means they'll have to go about finding it all over again. And this time, you're going to make it harder to find out. When choosing a password, you want it to be between 8 and 16 characters long. Too short, and the password will be easily figured out. Too long, and you run the real risk of forgetting it yourself. It's important to never write down your password, especially on your computer. Make sure you choose a password you can remember. Use a mixture of letters and numbers. Choosing a password with a mixture of small and capital letters as well will make your password even stronger. It's also important to note that simply tacking numbers on the end of your password doesn't count as a mixture of letters and numbers. Don't use dictionary words. That is to say, if a word is likely to appear in the dictionary, don't use it. Brute force programs run by hackers will usually run through a list of dictionary words first. It might be easier to remember, but using one of these words makes your password, and therefore your account, more vulnerable to hackers. Don't use people's names. I know you want to show your love for your wife, your girlfriend, or your child by making them your password. Don't. A list of names is the next thing a brute force program will try if dictionary words fail. Using people's names also makes it easier for someone who knows just a tiny bit about you to simply guess your password. It's a similar story with special dates and addresses. Whilst a brute force program may not be able to find these things easily, they are easily guessed by someone who knows just a little bit about you. You may not think that's a problem. I mean, why does your best friend or your mom want to hack you? But the fact of the matter is, most people get hacked by someone they know, as opposed to someone who's thousands of miles away they've never met. It's best to play it safe. A good way to choose a password is to pick a word you'll remember, and a number of similar length that you're likely to remember as well. Now, combine the two in a staggered way. So, if we take the word password, for example, and today's date, the 11th of the 10th, 2011, we would combine them to make P1, A1, S1, S0, W2, O0, R1, D1. And if you want to add some added security, you might capitalize every second or third letter. Congratulations, you've just made a secure password. Step 2. Look for changes. Look through your account for changes which the hacker may have made. They may have outright changed your contact details or added new ones. Adding a secondary email address is a common one, which will allow the hacker to recover the password you just changed by clicking the Lost Password button at the sign-in page and having the site email them the password. Fixing this is as simple as removing the new contact details. If your account is a social networking account, look for new groups, pages, friends, apps, etc., which you didn't add yourself. Remove any of these ASAP. If your account is an online bank account or something similar, check for new periodic payments that shouldn't be there. It's not uncommon for a hacker to set up a payment to their account on, say, the day you get paid. If you do find such a payment, don't delete it straight away. Contact your financial institution first, giving them the details. They should be able to trace the bank account and locate your hacker. Also, take the time to check for new payees which may have been added and see if any money has gone missing yet. For services like PayPal, also check for new funding sources. These services withdraw money to your funding sources, so it's important to ensure only the funding sources you own are there. Step 3. Notifying the service provider. Chances are the first you knew of your account being hacked was a message when you logged in. While the hack attempt will be logged in the service provider's system, it's important to contact them and let them know exactly what the hacker has done whilst they are in your account. This is of course more important for accounts where money is involved and where funds have been transferred out of your account. Step 4. Identifying the breach.
It's important to figure out how the hacker was able to gain unauthorized entry to your account. Once you know how they got in, you'll be better equipped to stop it happening again. As we talked about earlier, overwhelmingly, most hackers gain entry by finding out your password. The following are the main ways that a password can be discovered. Having your password physically written down in a place around your computer. It might be a family member or a friend. It may be a colleague at work. But leaving your password out for all to see is like asking someone to access your accounts. Play it safe. Don't write it down. Having your password saved on your computer. Whether you've manually written it down and saved the file, or you've simply requested your browser to save the password to your favorite site, keeping your passwords on your computer means that if you happen to download a file with a Trojan, your password is highly discoverable. Again, remembering your password yourself is the best means of keeping it safe. Malicious software, Trojans, keyloggers, rogue cookies, even some Facebook apps are all means for hackers to find out your password and access your accounts. Regularly scanning your computer for viri and other malware is good general housekeeping for all computer users, regardless of their platform. Only adding Facebook apps from credible developers is another way of playing it safe. For more information on Trojans, viri, keyloggers, and other malicious programs, please watch my video, Computers for Noobs, Viri and You. Brute force programs. These are programs whose sole function is to find your password or other encrypted data. There is no real defense against these types of programs. If a hacker has the patience and the will to want access to your account by these means, they will get it. However, making your password harder to figure out, like we did earlier, makes the process take much longer. Thereby, it's more likely the hacker will not waste his time and move on to a more vulnerable target, leaving you and your account alone. Phishing. That's phishing with a PH. This is probably the most common means strangers gain access to accounts. Usually it will start out with an official looking email, claiming to be from a service provider with whom you hold an account. This could be a bank, a utility provider, an ISP, or a social networking site, an email provider, and so forth. Early variations of the phishing emails will claim there will be some sort of problem with the service provider system and that you need to click on a link contained in the email to re-enter your username and password. The link may look similar to that of your service provider's URL, but if you look close, you will find it's different. Please note, service providers will never send such an email. If in doubt, visit the service provider's website manually without clicking on the link in the email and log in. A newer variation of these types of emails will claim you're entitled to some sort of upgrade or offer, or that you need to update your details. Either way, it will again ask for you to click on a link inside the email and log into your account. These emails can be harder to spot as fakes, so as a general rule, never click links in emails. Visit the site manually to receive offers, upgrades, and to update your account. Step 5. Relax. Now that you've fixed up your account, made it harder to access, and removed the point of breach, you can relax in the knowledge that your account is as safe as you can make it, and you shouldn't be seeing any more hackers. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, general comments, or you think I've forgotten something, please remember to comment below. If you have found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It really helps other people to see this video and to get as much help out of it as you did. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. So, until next time you join me on another Computers for Noobs or any other videos I'm involved in on YouTube, TJ Marx, out.